Does the vaccine help mitigate the severity of the COVID infection if you get it?
I'd like to think so. There are some data suggesting that potentially that's the case, but I do have to update the listeners that the United Kingdom is just keeping wonderful track of this. This most recent technical briefing, number 20, had 300,000 cases of Delta through the spring. It was about 50% were vaccinated, 50% were not vaccinated. These were people sick enough to be seen in an ER or be hospitalized. And of those who died, which was way less than 1%, but of those who died, 65% were fully vaccinated. So the vaccine doesn't protect against death. I think as a consolation, Americans came out, and a large number of people in my practice, about 70% of my practice, had volunteered to get the vaccine. We hope there's some consolation for taking the vaccine early, maybe some protection against severe disease, but right now the data do not confirm that.
So the message that we can deliver today to our listeners is that unless you're symptomatic, you're not transmitting the disease to our current knowledge.
Right, and the most important message I tell, especially parents and mothers, children, school teachers, is pay attention to symptoms. I've had a lot of people say, I've got a stuffy nose, maybe it's allergies. I think that's when you want to start to take precautions. But you and I feel perfectly well today. Actually, you and I have both had COVID, so there's no way that we could ever get it or transmit it or have it again. It's one and done. Once we have full immunity, we're done.
And that's a very, very important point, because if you've had COVID, as you just said, and you develop antibodies, and they can be serum antibodies, IgG antibodies, or T-cell immunity, then you're almost 100% protected against recurrent COVID.
That's true. If a well-defined case, so fever, a nasal stuffiness, loss of taste and smell, a cough, plus a positive PCR antigen test, that's good enough. You don't need any antibodies to prove it. That case alone, there's never been a bona fide second case confirmed with sequencing and ill. Now people can be positive later on because the PCR test can be false positive. People get faked out by that. But a very good analysis by Merchu and colleagues from Ireland showed in 615,000 individuals, 11 studies, that even poorly defined cases that just didn't catch the original illness but had positive antibodies or had some evidence that they've had it before, the chances of COVID-19 were way less than 1%. So natural immunity is robust, complete, and durable, and it cannot be improved upon with vaccination.